BagFuel, baby.
We back.
So, Hynaken, normally, we think about afterwards what we like to name these episodes. But what we're going to talk about, yes, nigga, we got the answers. Just like Sway, we got the answers. So, this is your ballpark, BagFuel.
Yes, sir. We in the building.
You want to
Let's
make a
do it.
profound statement in regards to what Kanye West owns and doesn't own.
Well, they talking about what Kanye owns and don't own, right? We're going to go back to what it is. It's all about paperwork. But if they're going to talk about selling publishing, right?
Yeah.
What y'all don't understand is that Sony still owns the publishing. When Kanye signed a co-publishing deal, he gave them rights to make decisions over the publishing until he recoups. Now, people would think it's impossible for him to recoup, but when you fulfill a publishing deal, they give you more and they give you more money, which makes it hard to recoup, which means that they own it. If you don't have 12-year reversion, which means that after they made their money and they recouped after 12 years, then you can get your,
so the setup
your works
is
back.
To keep pumping more advanced money into you to keep you locked in.
Keep you
and
locked
that money's
in.
so lucrative, you're like, oh, all right.
Let me take the money.
Ooh.
I mean, it's what's going on right now. The thing about everybody that's selling the catalog, they're saying that Kanye's people is in talks with selling the catalog for $175 million, right?
That sounds like a low number.
Yo, not really, because you got Bob Dylan who sold his catalog for $200,000 or $400,000.
You mean
No,
millions?
he sold it for $400 million. I'm sorry, he sold it for $400 million. Then he sold his record side for $200 million.
So that's $600 million.
Yeah, you got to think about anybody that has worked a long time and has made the money that Kanye has made, to tack on another $200 million on top of it seems like a really good deal, because there are not a lot of people that are thinking about their families and what the publishing is going to do for them. There's people that could be really saying, "I'm dying, and I want to I want to enjoy my work for what I did for myself." What's wrong with that?
I mean, we've seen with publishing, it goes on forever. Am I correct?
Yes.
So wouldn't you still getting paid out? And then, you understand paperwork very well.
Mm-hmm.
Your family can also get paid out as well for the life of however long that publishing goes, or in perpetuity or whatever, it always goes. So why not just say, hey, even though I'm gone, I know my kids.
I just answered you. What if he's not worried about my kids?
It's just selfishness or for self?
It doesn't have to be selfishness. There are things that go on in people's life.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my own kid.
Yeah.
Remember when I was running around, I got to get this paperwork done, Han.
So she can be good.
I got to leave the royalties to my daughter. I got to leave the royalties. I got jumping royalties. It got sampled. I'm about to get paid again off of jumping. Shout out to Javon. You know what I'm saying? But I rushed to try to get all my paperwork right, so when I die, I could leave it to my daughter. Why? Because I'm not a mega millionaire. If I was a mega millionaire and I had millions that I'm setting aside for my kid already, then maybe I would take my publishing and spend it. But that money was what I could leave behind for a legacy to help take care of my kid. Ye don't got to do that. Ye is a billionaire right now. So if he wants to take care of his children, he has money to do it, and he could take his $200 million.
I think Ye has, remember, he was once $50 million under the hole.
Okay.
For his fashion projects. He went so insane and head over heels over the fashion project. And I always used to say, why is Ye so animate about mattering in the fashion world where they don't want us in there? You matter to the black community. You matter to the
cashed
people.
Out though.
I understand. You matter to the people of color. Just do it for us. And I always felt a certain way about him. Always like, oh, you don't know Margiela. I gotta matter in this space and all of that. And he went $50 million under the hole. During the pandemic, I forgot who the dude was. He lost $50 billion. You dig what I'm saying? So when I see that, do I think Kanye West thinks he feels safe with $6 billion when we done seen dudes lose $50 billion liquid legitimately?
Kanye is a different beast right now.
I mean, everybody's a beast.
What's going on right now is that the people who really did it, there are not legendary people out here.
No, of course not.
Right now. Kanye is legendary. At that
beyond
time,
outer space.
At that time when Kanye went 50 million in debt, he was not at legendary status yet.
You think so?
He was not at legendary status yet.
I beg to differ a little bit.
Y'all are talking about music. Kanye is a cultural icon right now.
I think he been one for a lot of years.
Nah, bro. If you was a cultural icon, you wouldn't have to spend and go in debt with 50 million.
I mean,
Puffy's not going. Puffy, it was a cultural icon. Puffy has the rich guy who owns all the grocery stores, the black man who's like one of the richest black men in the world before everybody was becoming billionaires. I can't remember the black man's name.
D'Agostino.
But no, it's not that. He's black.
Okay.
Nah. I was on the boat with this man. He is the dude that backed Puffy for everything. So while Puffy was a mega millionaire, he had another mega millionaire backing him on things that he wanted to do. Kanye didn't have to put his money in. Kanye was in a different space. You got to remember where people were when they started. He's Kanye now with the glasses, with the Yeezys lit and all the rest of that stuff. That Kanye from 10 years ago that Sway talked to and said, go straight to the stores like we just talked, he might not have had the capital to go straight to the store. So he couldn't. Go ahead.
You know, how much did Elon lose when, I forgot, something happened when one of the stocks lost?
You're talking about different brackets and people,
I mean,
bro.
but
Kanye
listen,
is not Elon Musk, bro.
But what I'm saying is, it's a large number.
No, Kanye's not Elon Musk right now.
No,
and Kanye's a billionaire right now,
but
and he can't touch Elon Musk. Are we talking about 10 years ago?
What he's lost, Kanye would have to do that 10 times over. And Elon lost that. So if I'm Kanye and I'm watching 50 million get lost here, 40 million, I mean, not 40 million, 40 billion. And I'm like, I got 6 billion. It don't take much for me to get gutted as a black man. Yes or no?
No, because you're not doing, this dude was trying to build spaceships and go to space.
I
all right, Kanye's not, you're talking about two totally different brackets of people. Kanye's not trying to go to space. Now, if he had $6 billion and he's trying to build a spaceship, I would be like, yo, he's tripping. He's going to go broke. But if he's not trying to build a spaceship, Kanye is good in his space. And we're talking about 10 years ago. He was not a cultural icon. He was an icon in music. People loved him. He was firecracker hot. He was putting people on, but he was not a cultural icon. Fashion transcended Kanye, not wearing it, not bragging about it, making it, and his earning it and blowing up and changing Gap, who nobody cared about Gap, into something that mattered. That makes you a cultural icon when you can resurrect different type of businesses outside of what you already do. He wasn't able to do that. He was in a position to do partnerships, which is not a bad position, but that's how $50 million you go into debt that matters. You don't, cultural people that's doing this, they could pull on people, fanboys of theirs got $100 million. Fanboys there. Mark Wahlberg made a whole business of being an actor because he had a bunch of fangirls and fanboys that loved him as Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, my dude.
I understand.
Right.
I just feel like when dudes make that level of money and they've lost a substantial amount of money, I don't think they ever feel safe.
I can feel you. I
don't think they ever, and you and I know that.
I can feel you on that. I'm not gonna lie.
And it sounds ridiculous to tell a bunch of humans where the average medium that the person makes is what, 40, 50,000 a year, that you don't feel comfortable with $6 billion. That's ridiculous.
But
I want you to know that.
Life. But they live a different life.
But knowing what they spend, they probably buying a house for 80 million, 300 million. Because when you make that money and you know you got to spend that motherfucker.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, what about taxes? You're in a different tax bracket. You get taxed. This is real money. You get taxed. You get taxed. You got managers. You have a payroll. So yeah, people can be scared about the money that they have. But what you have to do is be smart about it. You be smart about what you're putting your stuff into. Don't base yourself on what the next man is doing. Base yourself on what you're doing.
Let's close it out on this. I just got this sent to me, and I don't think this means so much to you, but it says, neither Yeezy nor Ye may use, wear, sponsor, promote, market, advertise, endorse, design, manufacture, license, sell, or provide consultant services with respect to any of the following products under the Yeezy trademark or Ye's likeness and any other identifiable attributes featuring or
That's standard.
Donda, Pablo, or Jesus Walks. So this is summary restrictions of Yee's standalone activities under the licensing and endorsement agreement with Adidas and strategic agreement with Gap. So my question to close this out, he's made $6 billion. Would you be comfortable knowing the brainchild of ESSO no longer has any affiliation with your family, but you cash out at $6 billion?
I don't care. People, we just have people on the show. You make a business, the intent is to sell the business, or the business is to make you money. It is not your baby.
So Kanye needs to leave the attachment alone? That's what I think.
Listen, he can leave the attachment
and start something else?
Kanye is Kanye. Kanye can do whatever he feels like it. If he wants to start a war with these people, Kanye got a lot of money. He don't got their money. It don't make sense. They funded him. He signed the contract. He knew what he was signing. They got a lot of money. They took advantage like most people do. And maybe he's using this propaganda right now to get bought out and go back to Nike or go get another deal with somebody else that could be bigger. It happens.
Yo, Kanye going back to Nike? Wow, hold up. Let me tell you something. Those Red Octobers is still legendary. That could be the play right there. Could you imagine Michael Jordan and Kanye collabo sneaker, the Chicago Bulls versus with the Chicago in?
Let me just say,
Kanye return back to Nike.
Let me say,
come on, S.
Why it's really possible.
Let's talk about it.
Because other companies buy other companies all the time. And Nike has been on top for years, and Nike's not. And Nike, and although we love Nike, I got Jordans on. I got the Khaled Jordans on. Right? Sorry, they not number one. No matter what people think, no matter what black people want to see, Nike's is not number one no more. And now, if they can acquire Kanye West back, y'all could go be number one.
Yo, that's
a cultural icon.
Yo, that would be a big FU to Adidas right there, son. Fact. He go back and pump out the Red Octobers Part 2 or a different vibe.
Anything he pump out he got it right now.
So let's go into the next topic. Ice Spice breaking contracts.
She claims she didn't break them though. She claims she didn't break them, and those $4,000 dudes, they not complaining no more. Let's keep it real. Well, she claimed she showed up to a $4,000 dude in New York City with the black cat suit on.
Yeah. So apparently, she had made news because her popularity has exploded through the roof, and rightfully so. She's pumping, she's hot out there, and whatever they had booked her initially, whether it was $4,000 when her buzz was at a particular point, she's like, damn, I gave him a discount, whatever she signed for the contract, and other people were booking her for 3 times the amount. And 4 times the amount, pardon me. And when you look at that, I can see her feeling away. No, look, yo, Esso.
Yo, where you come with this shit from? Yeah. I can see how do you do a deal? How do you do a deal with somebody and take money and feel some type of way? No.
I'm not saying she should break it. I can see her feeling a way of, damn, I know I wasn't at this price and I'm getting this, and they're getting the discount for whatever the time they put in. I can see somebody feeling
They pay in advance, Hynaken.
I don't disagree, Esso. I can see, as being a savage and a nigger, I can see them saying, damn, man, that should have been 15 bands.
What about not being a savage? What about being thankful and blessed and saying my hard work is paying off? Why do people skip that? I just don't understand. You get some success, I'm a freaking savage. No, I've gotten success and I feel more blessed.
Of course.
I've calmed down more. I'm more thoughtful. I'm more thankful. Why would I then turn around and be like, I'm blessed now? Yo, I gave it to y'all for $4,000. Do you know what a $4,000 gig is for somebody who doesn't have a major record deal and is not out? $4,000 a booking is much respect. So they have respect for this girl, and I didn't even know her at the time. And she was getting $4,000 gigs, right? So why you turn around and say, because the promoter, this is how they make money. I did this before. You figure out who's going to be hot.
Yeah.
And you pay them early. So if you think that they lit, yo, I'm gonna book you now for November 15th. What's your price? 4,000 or 5,000. I'm giving you
Lock it in, contract.
lock it in, and I'm watching, hoping
and
this
praying.
girl keeps blowing up, keeps blowing up, keeps blowing up. Because why? I believed in you beforehand. Now you're telling me, no, this is what Hines telling me that he thinks is cool. I give you the money in September, and a month later you call me like, yo,
I never said that. I said I can understand feeling a way. I'm not. No. Still, again,
is that not condoning it?
No, I'm not saying that. I
Okay.
never said, yo, she should break the contract. She should call them.
But you understand her feeling like she getting jerked?
I could feel her being like, damn, yo, I know I agreed to that, but I'm getting this. And it's like, I can sympathize a little bit. Am I saying she should break the contract? No. Did I say no? Don't do that.
What am I gonna ask you?
No.
What am I gonna ask you?
No,
Tell me don't do that.
Listen,
what am I gonna ask?
Listen. I'm not saying she should break the contract. I'm not saying she shouldn't perform. She got paid. She has to honor that shit.
Okay.
So feelings and obligations are two different things. There's a lot of shit we got paid for that we were like, I'm not up to it, but I got paid for it. It is what it is. I'm not gonna bitch and moan about it. I could feel a way, but the obligation to get the work done is what really matters. So when I say she feel a way, does that mean she should not do it? Hell no. She gots to do it.
I'm saying she shouldn't feel. I'm saying I don't even understand feeling some type of way because I know this man. If he would have gave her the $2,000 in advance, and she would have called him saying it's $11,000 more, he wouldn't be understanding her.
I would have been like, no, you signed the paperwork.
I
can understand how you feel.
See, this is the point. No, he would be like, I don't give a F how she feels, is what he would be saying. I paid her. And the nerve of her to come back to me later on and ask me for some more money. He's tight with his dollar. I'm not. So this is the funny part about this whole thing. And I'm saying to him, like, nah, once you make an agreement, people are trying to book me in France right now, right? My price is $1,500. I'm telling them, yo, if you want me in France in March, you got to give me $3,500 because I'm thinking in advance on what I'm going to be worth. If she wanted to take that out on somebody, her management, and I'm not saying that y'all knew this management, but her management would be the one to say, yo, because my manager did, yo, I don't know if you should take that right now. Because if you take it right now, you're gonna be worth more later. Or you could take a gamble and not take the money. But once you take the money,
you're locked in.
It's nothing to talk about.
So then guess what she is? She's mad at herself.
Yep.
Because she's like, damn, this was, like you said, $4,000 for a person with no major record label contract to get that. And you're getting multiple of those. Let's just do assumptions in an imaginary world. Our management's probably like, yo, chill. I know this is good bread. If we lamp on it for 2-3 months.
Book it. I need the money.
But you know how it is.
Assumption.
It's all assumptions. And it could be frustrations now. Because now she got like $10,000, $4,000 bookings when they could have been $9,000, $15,000 bookings. And that's where I'm coming from. I can see she be like, damn, man.
I'm going to tell you why you're going to do that. And this is from music business experience. And I'm going to tell y'all, and this is foul.
And like
the other niggas is going to get taxed. So you don't tax the $4,000 dude. Everybody else from there on in, it was $15,000. Now it's $17,500.
Kind of like
after I give me a couple of $17,500s, you gonna call me down south and y'all got drug money? It's $25,000.
30 bands.
I'm gonna make my money up off of what I did.
So ice, just tax some more money. And you'll make back the 4 bands you've been giving up for free.
Yeah, no, the 11 bands that you're giving up. Because it's going to come back. Because she didn't have, listen, if she had 5 shows for 4 bands, you're going to make them 5 shows up. Do those shows, keep getting the promotion, put your vibe out, and the money's going to come right back to you regardless. You'll build fans.
Because what's funny is when we first started like really building a relationship in terms of business, I'll never forget, I got called for a booking for Future. And I remember I called him. I barely knew him. I called him immediately. I said, bro, they got 300 bands for Future. We about to make like 30, 40 bands. He's like, word, I don't even know you calling me with this bread talk. And I'll never forget, he called me back 5 minutes later. He's like, yo, there's an idiot who fucked this deal up. Don't call my phone.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget this. The person's like, yo, we can't get Future. And I said, bro, you can get Cardi B right now for $80,000.
Yeah.
And I said, book her now. By the time
Super Bowl
rolls around, her price is gonna
There's
be
a Super Bowl in Minnesota.
Minnesota. And I remember I said, her price is gonna be $350. Her shit is bubbling.
They ain't want to take it.
It's like, no, we just want Future. By the time, 3 weeks later, I said it's over.
And then they call Future. That's just he can't tell the whole story because we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
It's extreme bad business.
Yeah, but it shows you what Esso had said like 5 minutes earlier. Sometimes being able to anticipate will bring you a bigger bag if you got the courage to put your money on the line.
Not sometimes, most of the time. That's where people get in. When you get in before it's bubbling, that's how you really make your money. Once it's bubbling, everybody's going to jump in, and if you're lucky, you're going to get a piece. A piece isn't the pie. The pie is knowing what's coming. The pie is being aware in advance of what's coming down the line and paying attention to what's going on. People don't get rich just by doing stuff. People get rich by planning, by paying attention, and putting that plan into action 110%.
Yo, we was in ATL, right? And we was rolling around, bouncing towards a lot of spots, and we were having like a couple of private convos with a couple of people in the car. And a question was brought up, and it was a very profound question, especially in business. And you just spoke about it when we sat down with Mandy about your heart and how you maneuver in business. Is there such a thing as too much integrity when it comes to how we, analyze music, analyze business? Like too much. And the way Coke explained it, I was like, sometimes too much integrity is a detriment to your success. It's a detriment to your ideology and functionality of making things happen. Maybe you got to step back and say, I don't need to do this like this for this, even though it's the right thing to do. And I'm not talking about being a foul individual.
I feel like keeping your
integrity,
ego in check is key. And that revolves around the whole entire gamut of what you're discussing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, if you check that right there, then you'll know when you have to be a standard, and you know when you gotta let your guard down a little bit. You gotta let people in, because integrity can take you into places. Because people confuse that shit. You know what I'm saying? People confuse what they want as this is what it is. No, that's just what you want. In integrity is something that'll be recognized by the people that's around you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that yourself. You have to build upon and know what you're doing and do it the correct way, and people are gonna respect it and they're gonna respond to it. That's what most people think. That's not actual factual. But, so when that doesn't occur, that's when that comes into play from that point.
But people's understanding of integrity varies just because of human nature and how you function. Like, it's just what it is. How you handle business is not the standard norm for a lot of savages or niggas in this hip-hop game, but is the standard norm of music business, getting paid on time. You're like, Hyn, that's not how that goes.
But savages, very few savages have integrity.
Here's the thing. Based on how you feel, in their mind, they do.
I agree. I agree.
So,
it turns into what they want.
So when
Remember,
they look at you,
when they look at you,
they're going to be like, he don't got integrity. You know why? Because he don't know how to chill 3 days. He's going to act right away. Why does he not fall back? That's integrity. Maybe some, and I'm not saying
then
that's
they don't. Then they need to get a definition.
And I'm just giving examples.
They need to get a dictionary.
Yeah, I agree. And that's where we coming from. Is there such a thing as too much integrity in business?
But they have to know. It's like when you said circumvent.
Yeah.
They have to know what integrity is. They don't know what that is. It is a standard of how you are going to carry yourself going along the right path of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's integrity. Anybody can fall back and backslide and say, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I could have went and backslided and sold drugs many times when my money got fucked up. I could have taken low-end jobs, lowered my standard because I needed money and people knew who I was. I would not do it. I'm not doing that. I got standards. I have integrity. This is how I'm going. This is who I wanted to be in life. Nothing's gonna break that. Money, family leaving me, down and out, I'm still gonna be the man who I am. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not changing my standards. I'm still gonna be a loving person. I'm still gonna be a giving person. But you know, I got a lot of stuff going on with me, and I still say, yo, I'm still gonna lead with love.
Yeah, of course.
That's who I am. That's who I'm always gonna be. Now, will I snap, crackle, and pop when a nigga get on my nerves? You're damn right I'll do that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that gotta go down the line. I deal with integrity and love first and foremost. And that's how I live my life. People don't live their life with integrity. They think it is, like I said, this is what I want. And this is how I'm gonna go about it. No matter who's in the way. That's not it.
But that's the abstractness of it. The standard, what your standard is, no matter how high it is or how high you perceive it or how high the actuality of other people value it, it's not the same for everybody else. So in their mind, they're like, yo, I'm running on integrity as well. That's what, I think the breakdown you gave was immaculate. I'm giving from the ridiculousness of this world. There are people who really think, hey, I have integrity because when I rob people, I don't rob women.
Yeah,
really?
That's true. That's true.
Really, bro?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't rob women and I don't hurt kids. So they think that's cool. That's true.
Cool. You know, and
that's true.
Honestly, I think the answer you gave is immaculate. And I want to close it out on that because I don't want to keep circling with this convo because the point would be just too mute. But I've seen people just say, that question really fucked with me in a good way. Can you have too much integrity? Can it put you in...
But he was talking about with rapping. He was talking about integrity in a creative space, which kind of is different. That's a different level. He was talking about, because he was talking about rapping. Like, it doesn't matter if you do, like, when we talk about Mecca, it doesn't matter if you do a rap in one take or if it takes you 13 takes. It matters if it's a hit record, right? Now, Mecca feels like he's impressed with the one take thing. That's his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's his standard. That's what he looks at, that he feels like what makes a rapper great. I'm not mad at him for that. But when you have different ideals on what's gonna make somebody great, someone else could say, he got too much in integrity when it comes to rap music because that's his standard. That's what he likes. That's what I said. It goes all the way back into this standard is, this is what I like. And this is what I think. This is what I personally feel. And this is how I'm going. That's not integrity, though.
But if we're talking about a standard and Mecca has a standard, that's integrity.
That's what Coke would refer to of too much creative integrity.
Yeah, but
that's what he would refer to, and he's a rapper.
But can you have too much life integrity? It's really abstract.
People would say so because they would say like, yo, if they got that money there, you need to bow now and go get that money to feed your family. Yes.
I agree, yeah.
I'm not bowing down to that. My family got to know this is who S is. This is who I marry. This is who my father is. This is how he's rocking. And I gotta rock like that. He's gonna survive like that. I'm not gonna ask my father or my brother or cousin to demean themselves and do something that's gonna make them miserable to make us excited about life. That's trash. Know who you rocking with.
Nah, I totally agree. When we had that talk, you and I were walking back to the car and I froze a little bit. And you were like, And you was like, let's go get some drinks. Not that you're an alcoholic, but we was vibing. And I was like, yo, I wrote it down immediately. I said, let's talk about this.
Integrity. It's a tricky thing.
It's
a slippery slope because it can go in so many different directions when it comes to your business. See, this is about money. So integrity could lead you in the right direction with somebody that respects it, or somebody who doesn't respect it, they'll take advantage of you.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this. We got 7 minutes. We're gonna close out. Communication between Black people and people of color. Why do we have such a difficult time understanding each other when we're so loud and profound? We speak with our emotions, we speak with our heart, and then whether it's a group chat or even talking amongst each other.
You just said it.
What is that?
We speak with our heart. And if we're speaking with our heart and not with our mind, that's the problem. Right then, your heart don't think, your heart feels. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel like this, right? When it comes to improper communication, we are so determined to get our point across and to get our thoughts across that we don't give a fuck about what the other person's saying, not because they don't matter. And even when we do shows, I always feel like people think that when they're getting their point out, that they got to go like 10 minutes in a row because they feel like they might not ever get their voice out. The Black person's voice has been stifled for so long. I think it's very ingrained in us that when we get this opportunity to roll off, we roll off. And it doesn't even matter what the setting is. We could be at a bar. I forgot when we was at your 50K dinner. They're like, yo, chill. You looked at them like this. No.
We're just emotional talkers. I think
it's really more intricate too, because there's things you talked about how we have miscommunications. Even last night, the day before, a lot of miscommunications.
I mean, miscommunications happen to me more when they're on the telephone.
Than text message?
Than in person. Text message is all fucked up communication. Stop. But in person conversation, see, communication was always tough because we were crabs in the barrel. We always was trying to make money. So Black people don't think that multiple Black people can make money together. It got to be mine, and I got to hand it down, right? So back then, that was the problem. Now, it's social. We don't be around each other. You know what I'm saying? People are trying to gauge, what does this text message mean?
Agree.
People are trying to gauge, what's that tone mean? But when you're in front of somebody, you already could tell if they're lying. You could tell if they're mad, if they're trying to play you out, so you can gauge things. So the communication goes, everybody is trying to prove a point, right? I don't think that that's no different now than it was back then. I just think that people are now independent. Everybody wants to have their own mind. They want to take their own route. Nobody wants to be a follower. Nobody's cool with being number two. I'm cool. Fat Joe put them words down. Yo, listen.
Profound.
I'm cool with being number two. Number two don't have to do all the work. Number two don't have to do all the planning. You can enjoy your life, be amongst the people. I'm cool with that. But everybody wanting to be top dog, being number one, to me is an issue. Everybody wants to be a boss. Everybody wants to be this. Everybody thinks that whoever they follow on Google, this is the right Google man to follow, and I'm going to personify that. So when everybody thinks that they have rights and they got knowledge at their fingertips, not knowledge that they read or studied, knowledge that they're relying on somebody else to give them from Google, everybody now has an opinion and everybody now is trying to get their point across. Period.
Damn, I wish we had spoken about this with Mandy, yo. They're really like slandering your boy. I mean, he did some crazy Ime Udoka, and Stephen A. Smith is trending because
he took up for him today.
Yeah, he said there's plenty of white folks out there doing their thing. I don't see any information.
I saw him say that. I saw him say that. I'm just trying to figure out. They're saying that Udoka messed up the package, right?
Yeah.
Right? The only package he messed up was in his personal life. All right? Every person, they just had a white man that owns the Phoenix Suns, get racial slurs, sexual stuff, do a whole bunch of stuff over years, and they suspended him for 1 year for $10 million.
Now he's
so this man, I'm gonna tell you where the bag got messed up. The woman who he had sex with is either white and he's a Black man, right? That's one. Or the woman who he's smashing, somebody else is upset that he's smashing her. And if anybody knows about that, our cameraman knows about hate when it comes to women, and the other dude thinks that he's the big dog. The other dude thinks that he's the big dog and he wants to have the girl that this man got and all that. Now he tight because he wanted to have her. Nah, that's hate. Hate
And-
can mess up your business. Vagina,
Yeah.
no disrespect, but vagina that other men want, they will kill you over. So what you
effortlessly.
think getting rid of this black man in Boston and his job over this vagina, this is minor. You ain't never heard of nobody losing their head coaching job over having sex with somebody that works at the job.
Think about this.
And it's consensual.
How about this? Bill Clinton was getting top in the Oval Office, and they still let him complete
She
his
was
term.
under the desk.
Under the desk, blasting off. But Ime Udoka,
Gotta get his bag fucked up.
Fucked
the
up?
only person
Nah, bro.
the only person that could be beefing with him is Nia Long, and let's keep it real. If they've been engaged since 2015 and it's going on 2023, was he really gonna marry her anyway? Nah, he
Yo.
wasn't gonna marry her. You know what I'm saying?
We'll close this out, but always remember,
Prenup.
no. When Christopher Webber was a sophomore at Michigan, you know who hunted him down?
Tyra Banks?
Oh,
Who?
you just said her name.
Nia Long. Bow. Wait. We got to like, subscribe, right?
Yo, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that extra stuff. I held the mic like a real mo just now. Like, comment, share, Yo, you do that shit. I fucked it up by holding this mic like a mo.
Comment, share, subscribe, press the button, press the bell for the notifications.
The top bell, all notifications.
Spread the word. BagFuel in the building.
Whew.
Holla.
Episodes loading up.